Hi Gemini, welcome to November. This is Teresa by Tarot by T. And before I get started on your reading, I'm going to call in some good energy. And let's see what's coming up this month. We've got a full moon in Taurus on the 12th. And then we have a new moon in Sagittarius, which is will be in your relationship sector on the 26th. So something new could be starting for you in terms of romance this month. Let's see. And Mercury goes retrograde in Scorpio at the beginning of the month on the 1st. So let's see what the cards say about love and relationships for Gemini. What does Gemini need to know about love and relationships? And this could be business and personal. What does Gemini need to know about love and relationships for the month of November? What is coming up for Gemini? The Wheel of Fortune. The Death card. The Magician. The Ace of Swords. The Seven of Swords, the Sun, the Justice card, the Strength card, the Eight of Swords, and the Seven of Pentacles. So things are changing for you, Gemini, in November. You have the Wheel of Fortune, which means sudden opportunity, change in your situation. Sudden, unexpected changes coming. The Death card. You could be it's a time of releasing the old and preparing to make room for the new. So there could be a relationship that has ended or some situation that you need to accept, okay, this part of my life is over. And I need to release it. I need to bless it, kiss it goodbye. Because if you look at this card, you'll see she's riding on a horse. She's riding away. Here's the sickle, right? She's leaving a situation behind. And here's this guy. He's putting a rose on a tombstone. It's like accepting that something has ended. Something has died. Maybe not a physical death. But it's more of the death, or something has transformed and changed. Something in your life is changing. And what used to be no longer exists. Like you're starting a new cycle. And you have to release the past with the Death card. You have to, remember it and bless it and then let it go and say, okay, that part of my life is over. And before you can embrace opportunities, new opportunities, you have to make room for them by clearing out the old. And that's what the Death card is all about. It's about releasing the past, releasing the old, whatever's no longer working, whatever has reached its limit, you're letting go. You have the Magician in the past. So this is a card of manifestation. You have all the tools you need for a new beginning. And Gemini, you're an air sign. And air signs are highly intelligent, usually. They're focused on the mind and mental processes. So Geminis are really good communicators. You're the storyteller of the zodiac. But also, you're very logical in your approach to things. And you have this Ace of Swords in the recent past, which means you've decided to take action. You're having a change of thoughts, a change in thinking about something. So you're starting a new cycle, you're clearing out the old, and you're starting to think differently about maybe relationships. Maybe you're reviewing the past and thinking, okay, I've been there, done that, now what do I do from here? I'm ready for something new, I'm ready to take action. So you've already started working on a plan. And you may not even be telling people what you're up to, because you have the Seven of Swords here. The Seven of Swords is a card of sneaky kind of energy. where you're keeping your plans close to your chest. It's like you're afraid that if you talk about what you're wanting to do, someone may steal your idea or take credit for your work. So you're keeping things kind of secret. So if you're planning on leaving a relationship, maybe you don't want to let the other person know yet, because things are not in place yet. Or even in a job situation, if you're looking for a new job, you might not be telling people what you're up to. There is some kind of sneaky energy with the Seven of Swords. Like either you feel like someone's trying to take something from you, or someone has stolen something from you. You want to be, you want to evaluate the people in your life and make sure that someone's not just telling you a story. Because you could be dealing with someone who's really good, with a good communicator, and maybe full of, you know what, maybe handing you some BS. And so sometimes the Seven of Swords comes up when someone is saying one thing, not being transparent, saying one thing to your face, talking behind your back. So that could go either way. It could be something happening to you where you can't trust the person, or it could be that you're getting caught up in gossip about things. So you want to be careful, especially with Mercury retrograde. There's all kinds of miscommunication. Mercury is your ruling sign. So when it goes retrograde, you're going to feel it more than the others. So you want to make sure that you're being clear in your communication this month, so that so that no one could accuse you of misrepresenting yourself. No one can accuse you of sneaky behavior or not being transparent. The other thing about the Magician is, if you can channel your thoughts and your vision, you can achieve great things. You can manifest whatever it is you're wanting. But you have to focus, and part of that, in making a decision and in communicating, part of that is involved. You have to kind of realize that you have to let go of the past, that something is over, and accept it, and be ready to embrace the new. Sometimes the Seven of Swords, this combination can mean that someone may contact you with an apology, and it may be unexpected. Maybe you feel like someone wasn't fair with you and they didn't treat you properly, and they may reach out, especially because Mercury's retrograde. It brings people from the past back. It brings issues from the past. So it's like, something comes back to be revisited so that you can fix it or work through it and make it better. It's not really a good time for new beginnings with new situations. It's better to go back and fix something old, rework something. So you could be connecting with some people from the past, maybe to have closure, because the Death card's here. Maybe you need to talk about certain things that you couldn't talk about before because they were too painful. And now this person comes back and you resolve certain things. And you have that closure, you release. And maybe there's an apology on both sides. Sorry this didn't work out, or I'm sorry, what happened, whatever. But it gives you peace of mind. Because you could be dealing, because you also have the Justice card here, which is a card of karma and fate. If there's a legal situation pending, it can mean that you might be worried about the outcome of it. But it also means that justice will be served, that there will be a fair outcome. That whoever you're reaching out to, or if they're reaching out to you, you'll have some kind of balance. You'll come out with feeling satisfied, like both parties, that there was a fair outcome. Plus you have the Sun here. Now the Sun, this is a card that promises that whatever you're worried about, it's going to be okay. That things are going to get better. So you may have a lot of fears about moving out of a situation because you have the Eight of Swords here. You may feel trapped or stuck. Maybe you're in a relationship and you're thinking about leaving it, for some of you, and you feel like your options are limited or you can't move. You're afraid to break free. And a part of you is not even sure of what the future's going to bring. You have the Seven of Pentacles here. So you've been planting seeds, but you're not seeing any growth yet. And you may not see growth until the end of the month with the new moon in Sag. So, and Mercury being retrograde is going to slow everything down. But you have the potential here with this cups, with this sun card. If you look at this card, you see these two people. They're having fun. The sun is out. They're connecting and they're having fun. So you could be meeting someone, if you're coming out of a relationship, you could be connecting with someone that you really enjoy, where you enjoy their presence, you enjoy being with them, they bring fun back into your life. So if you've been worried about things and life hasn't been fun, that November you could connect with someone and start to enjoy life again. Once you go through this period of release. And closure. Then you can turn the page and start to have fun. You have the Strength card here in your environment, so there could be someone in your life that is going through a difficult time psychologically. Maybe they have some anger issues that they're working on, or they need counseling in some way. Because the Strength card is like taming the beast within, working on trying not to go to extremes of emotion. You might be dealing with someone who goes to extremes of emotion, and they can be unstable, and they need more balance in their life. And you might be helping someone who's been wounded, helping someone come back to a place of balance. You have a lot of major arcana cards in this reading, so this is a powerful time of change for you. But the outcome is going to be favorable with the sun in the reading. So if you're not, one thing to just be if you feel like you need to keep your plans secret, that's fine. But don't misrepresent yourself. Make sure that whatever you do reveal, whatever you do communicate, that you're coming from a place of transparency and honesty, because you want to avoid any kind of communication issues. But I feel like you're on the edge of a new cycle, a new beginning that's going to bring fun back into your life. You may have gone through a difficult time, and now, like with the Justice card, that period's going to be ending, and you're going to see justice served. You're going to see the favorable outcome of either a decision, someone might be deciding, and the decision will go in your favor. So think positive. Don't be afraid. Don't because your thoughts create your reality with the Magician here. So you want to keep your thoughts on a higher level and say, yes, this can happen for me. I can find peace and justice and balance. I can find a relationship, and it could be that you could even be dealing with like a Libra or a Leo. Because the justice, the balance, the scales. Maybe it is a friendship or relationship that became unbalanced, and you're going to have an opportunity to put things back in order, or at least talk about it, and maybe apologize, and work things out in a good way where you can have fun again. You might be connecting with someone that brings fun back into your life. So let's see what the astrology has to say. So for you, the full moon is in your 12th house, 12th and 6th. So this could be a health issue that is coming to completion. You're seeing what you need to do to make changes in your life. It could be a psychological issue, like you're learning to release baggage and hang-ups. Because the 12th house is a house of karma and release. Like you have to let go. You've finished a karmic cycle, and it's time to let it go. So whatever you've been through in a relationship, there was some karmic lesson connected to it. You've learned the lesson, you're releasing it, and now you're getting prepared for a new beginning, which will follow this full moon. At the time of this new moon, you have Pluto and Saturn in your 8th house, so there could be some issues around money, financial support. Maybe you're waiting to hear about the outcome of some kind of financial payout. It could be an inheritance or an insurance payout, or some kind of like something to do with your partner's money, some finalized thing. It could also, if it's a health issue, you really need to make some major changes in the way you take care of yourself. And that might even involve counseling, so that you have a healthier attitude. Mercury is retrograding through your 6th house, so be careful how you communicate at work and with your colleagues, because there could be some misunderstandings. You could also be connecting with some people you used to work with, because Mercury brings people back from the past. So, and it could either be positive, or you decide, or you have some kind of closure and you release them, or you could have a new beginning with them, or you could have just a reconnection and have some fun. Mars is going through your 5th house, and it's sextiling Jupiter in your 7th. So that's excellent for romance and partnerships. If you're wanting love and fun in your life, you might decide, you know what, I've been working really hard. Once you finish this cycle, once you decide, okay, that's over, I'm done, you're going to be looking for fun and love and romance. And so you might decide that there might be some opportunities coming up because of the actions that you take. You may have the courage, because Mars is in Libra in your 5th house. So you could be on the fence, maybe trying to decide what to do. Maybe there's more than one option and you're trying to decide what to choose, for some of you. But with Mars, you're going to wind up taking action. And that can lead to opportunity. Jupiter's bringing you opportunity in relationships to attract someone who's very positive, very financially secure, someone who can bring optimism and get you out of your comfort zone. You could be connecting with someone who's a Sagittarius, even Aries, Libra, any of those signs, or just someone who's going to bring more adventure to your life. And I think you can really use that. Neptune is in your 10th house. It's been retrograde, so there could be some confusion around career and the direction that you want to go in. That's going to change when Neptune goes direct. That might change. Things might start happening. Things might be revealed at the end of the month. So then you have the new moon in Sag, and that's happening on November 26th. That's happening in your 7th house of partnership. So there could be an opportunity for a new beginning in a relationship, either a romantic relationship or a marriage, or even a business partnership. It could be something, because the 7th house rules not just romantic partnerships, but also business connections. So you could be starting something new. Mars going through your 6th. Now Mars is at this new moon, Mars will be in Scorpio. So Mars will be strong in Scorpio. It was weak in Libra. Too wimpy. It wasn't afraid, it was afraid to make a decision, afraid to take action. When Mars goes into Scorpio, it's going to be strong. Now, the only thing is, Mars is opposing Uranus at this new moon. So there could be some surprise developments coming out of the woodworks. Someone may come out of the woodworks, out of the 12th house. Some secrets might be revealed. Or you might decide, you want to make sure that you're not overreacting at this new moon, because you have a lot of energy. You're going to have a lot of energy, and you're going to want to take action. So just be careful that if it's you who's reacting, that you don't succumb to any outbursts at work or with colleagues. Alternately, you could be dealing with people that you work with that could have some issues with anger. And so you just want to be the diplomat around work. So you won't have to deal with anyone's outbursts, because there could be some sudden outbursts or sudden activity. Someone may be working, just overreacting. And with Mercury there, the communication can be intense. Mercury in Scorpio, you're going to hear some intense. There could be with Mercury in Scorpio, you want to be careful that you choose your words carefully. If you're going to communicate with a coworker, don't let your anger get the best of you and come out across too harsh and cutting, because it's possible. Now, Mercury, once it goes direct, at this new moon, it's going to be in direct motion. It's going to be in favorable aspect to Saturn and Pluto. So there could be some contract you're signing that's going to bring you more money. There could be some type of promotion or some type of support, some financial support that's coming in. And it could be, even if it's not your income, it could be a partner's income. Or it could be some type of settlement or some type of winnings, even a lotto winning or some kind of contest. But if you have to sign a contract in November around work, if there's some kind of work thing going on and you have to sign a contract, wait till Mercury goes direct. Wait till this new moon in Sag to do it. And it could come out of the blue. There could be some opportunity that just comes up when you least expect it, that you didn't see coming. So don't commit to something earlier when Mercury's retrograde, and then you're going to be sorry that you weren't available to commit to something later, you know. So just, if you can, because sometimes you can't do that. Sometimes things happen and you have to work with what you have. But if you can wait to sign on the dotted line until Mercury gets direct, until after this new moon, I think you'll be happy with the results. Happier. Because Pluto and Saturn are supporting any contracts or communication when Mercury is in Scorpio and direct, when it's in your 6th house. At that point, it's going to be favorably aspecting Saturn and Pluto. So things could work out in your favor. And it could be you could feel supported. You could feel like you're making real progress and real change. Especially if you're dealing with authority figures or powerful figures. There could be a change in your financial situation by the end of the month because of some partnership situation. Because you're forming partnerships with powerful people. So it could be like a work thing too. But you are going to have fun in November. So leave room for fun, release the past, and get ready for this new cycle that's coming in. And if you have any baggage that you need to deal with about the past, get counseling if you need to, talk it over, get it out, get rid of it. Get rid of all the baggage that's blocking you from success and focus on this positive. The sun is going to be coming out in November. So if you've been going through a difficult time, November, you're going to start to feel like, okay, especially with this new moon in Sag, there's hope. It's going to bring hope back into your life. And justice. So this was my message for November. I hope you've enjoyed this forecast, this reading. If you'd like a private reading, click on the link in the description box and it'll take you to my website. In the meantime, I want to say thank you for everyone who's been liking and subscribing to my channel. Thank you for anyone new. Welcome. Thank you for those who've left comments. I really enjoy reading them. And for those who've ordered readings, I've enjoyed your support. Thank you. I've enjoyed working with all of you. And if you're in the United States and you're celebrating Thanksgiving, have a happy Thanksgiving in November. And I will talk to you again next month. Okay, bye now.